I'm actually surprised myself how well this build turned out, and I'm so fucking happy about how it turned out. So fun to play, can't really die, tanky as fuck, very efficient on the ultimate, and overall I just love to do big crits with that weapon. And the way the fulmination works with the range mods for the explosion radius makes me finally completely free of using her original one, so I can support her with some other helmets like Nourish, Roar or Xata's Whisper. Nourish of course being the standard, most optimal one, very easy to sustain yourself with it, there is never an energy problem, but Xata's ain't that problematic either, to be fair. You just have to have bit different builds on Glory, because you will always need some source of Nourish, and you can clearly see that our Panzer, nor I don't think any other companion can keep up with this kind of heal per second, because you're just flying through them, getting them completely smacked on the head, instantly killed, so having some viral on your own is really handy here. This build and playstyle might feel very similar to the one I made for 600% ability strength Jade, but in the end it's completely different, since we're never gonna be using the normal weapons, we're just gonna sit in the ultimate forever, self-sustaining ourselves with Nourish. And if we don't have Nourish, that's gonna have to be Equilibrium, because I don't really know how otherwise we are supposed to do that, even with very good efficiency on the ultimate. It's just very hard like this. This is way more comfortable for me though, and I just don't mind using Nourish. It just makes everything so simple. But if you want the most damage, well, Xata's Whisper or at least Roar, like probably one of those two picks, will do better. But this difference, it's gonna be very small, and overall your life gonna be just way easier by using Nourish. Even though it's everywhere, well, it is what it is. That energy generation, that free viral, this is why it's so popular. It's just really, really strong. For the alternate fire enjoyers out there, well, you can still do alternate fire, just like this. You don't need your one for it. You can extend your auras normally without using your one. Everything is just perfect, and their one is just a heal. So if for anything other than Archon Intensify, I don't really see a use of it. So yeah, healing is just gonna fall off heavily in later stages of the game. So we are tanky as fuck, even for the level cap. So why would I bother about ability that will be just completely useless there? So yeah, I'm rolling with Nourish, and I love it. Just look how the build turns out. You're just flying somewhere, wherever you want, completely destroying everything. And for those wondering how it deals with Acolytes, here comes Torment, wherever he is. Of course dodging everything from me. That's pretty simple, pretty quick, ain't it? So let's start with the most common thing in my builds, which is my most beloved thing to enhance a build, which is my Grimoire, named Noctua, but that's a Grimoire, remember. We will be using the one with ability efficiency, because we will just alternate fire at start of the mission. I will show you this after the build. We just get it, snapshot it into 4, so we don't have to worry about the energy issues. So even though we will never melee, we will still have to pick a melee to enhance our build, and that's gonna be one of the polearms available in the game, because of the mod that we are only getting exclusively to polearms, which is the Boreal Contempt. And the second pick we can do is Furax, because of the Amalgam Furax body count of course. So we either pick Fire Rate for our secondary weapon, which is our Glory, or we pick the Boreal set mod for additional 20% damage reduced while airborne. And I honestly think that Amalgam Furax body count is way stronger mod than the Boreal set, especially as a one mod. So I'd suggest you picking the Furax body count, and you should be very fine with it. Just kill everything that can kill you and you should be fine. And since our primary weapon is irrelevant, we're going straight to the Jade build. And since we will be getting shot at all times, we socket Arcane Avenger without any combat discipline, Arcane Velocity, Aerodynamic, Growing Power, and they are both very flexible, so you could swap them for, I don't know, Brief Respite, Pistol Lamp, wherever you really liked. Right, since when I use Alternate Fire on Noctua, I will get that ability strength to snapshot into my 4th form, and the aerodynamic is just synergizing perfectly with it, giving that additional damage reduction. And then we just get some ability duration, flat out as much possible ability strength, primed slow of course, overextended, adaptation, and we knock this off because not really needed. If you really don't feel comfortable, you can go for it, but I would suggest you using Augur Reach. Unless you want extra kick to your damage, I'd suggest using the Umbral Intensify to get buff to Nourish, Symphony of Mercy, and your Glory on high, and the first two will even further buff your Glory on high. Although the reason why I suggest you using Augur Reach instead is because your ability range buffs the range of your radial attack both from the primary and the alternate fire. And the primary fire has 10% chance to debuff enemies with judgments, applying that 50% damage vulnerability for 10 seconds and letting you use that alternate fire. But me personally, I'm highly against using that alternate fire. First of all, the alternate fire uses extra energy to activate, does not benefit from primed fulmination nor any multi-shot mods. It's way slower and very inconvenient to use, since it will detonate the judgments that you could use for that extra 50% damage vulnerability. And remember that your Symphony of Mercy gets extended by killing enemies surrounded by judgments. So if your alternate fire will not do the killing, remember there is only 10% chance for the primary fire to apply those. So just focus on holding down your primary button to shoot and enjoy. But this is the first variation of our builds possible. We have one with xatas that will apply to the same way if you would be using Roar instead, or Eclipse for that matter. But we will get over those later, because we'll have to parry our Glory mod loadout with the Nourish and without the Nourish. If you're enjoying my content, remember to subscribe and click that bell icon to get notified with my latest uploads. And without further ado, let's continue with the video. So the build will be looking like this for the Nourish loadout, with full out on hit mods. We'll have some multi-shot, we'll have some critical strike, and we need the prime fulmination because the primary fire benefits from it. Galvanized shot is the mod you can use, but yeah, I wasn't really thinking when I put that forma here, so you could even use Pistol Elementalis instead. I'm just gonna keep my galvanized shot, so it's not really that important, but that's one mod you have free. You can put the one I have or any other, doesn't matter. You could put flat damage from Hornet Strike, honestly. Oh fuck it was finally time to reformat this build so I can use a proper one. So this is, in my opinion, a proper one, since we mostly killing with the radial attack that does not get benefit from the galvanized shot. Only the direct hits, but I don't think it's really worth it. Not with the range setup we have here. And just look at that simple mod, ramping up our damage from 2.5 to 8.1. It at least looks better. And the build for the variation with xatas, Eclipse or Roar is pretty similar. The only main difference is we need the equilibrium for the sustain on our energy, because just simply snapshotting a Grimoire buff will not be enough. Unless you're feeling reckless enough and tanky enough to swap your adaptation for Umbral Intensify for some extra ability strength, well, you can do that. So from the 50% on xatas you go to 61, and of course you can first get your ability strength from Symphony of Mercy, then press your xatas for even more. But it's up to you. I just prefer to be comfy. The damage is far enough, and I rather to use my Nourish loadout anyway. And for loadouts without Nourish, the build variation on Glory is more obvious than anything else in the world. We just slap some viral on it, we still have the hit, because the hit is innate on the Glory. But you might wonder, why do I keep saying hit? Why is that hit so important? And that's more obvious than anything. We're rolling ×5 Tauforge Topaz Archon Shard for the 75% secondary critical strike chance per each of them, which is getting stacked 1.5 every time we kill an enemy affected by hit status. So our Glory being a hit innate weapon is just perfect for the whole setup. We're using Madurai to snapshot our ability strength, of course, and there is one more important part to the entire thing, which is our Panzer Volpaphyla, but it's mainly due to Reinforce Bond and Tenacious Bond. That free 60% fire rate it can provide, and that free 1.2x final critical damage multiplier is just too good to pass on. It's not really to prime with the viral quills, because I don't think he can ever keep up with the way we play. But it's also a beast, so we can use the Loyal Retriever or the other variation of the mods. And after all, it's still a Panzer Volpaphyla, and we can use another Panzer mod, so we don't even have to worry about the pet dying. This is just perfect for the entire thing. It's quite important the way we start the mission, and the way we do it is get our ability strength aura. Preferably we should Void Sling strength first, of course. So aura for Abi strength, Nourish, we drop energy pad, and we go to start the mission. After this, we just go straight back to our energy pad, cause why not abuse it to the full. Make sure we have that Void Sling strength to snapshot. We send this for the ability efficiency. And now we can snapshot. We can rebuff ourselves, get the off animize, get the aura up, swap it to damage, and we just keep pumping them. So, pretty simple. You can't really be like bothered in that form. You're quite tanky, you have adaptation plus 50%, and those other mods, they sadly don't adapt that much as you think they would. So either you go for Aviator and the full Boreal set, you won't really feel the difference. The better difference you will ever feel is honestly just using the Amalgam Furax instead of the Boreal set, so also the range is quite lovely. Like the eyes, you can't really like underestimate those. And remember to swap your aura whenever you wanna like remove properly, and back to your damage aura, and just watch them burn. It's pretty fast how the Archon shards get stacked, and yeah, if you're on the move, you will be fine. They just can't come fast enough. I swapped my energy color from the Jade colors to black, cause yeah, it's a bit possible to fuck other people around with the bright coloring, but back to the ability strength, rebuff your stuff, and keep pumping. You're quite tanky with the Boreal set, but I rather to play it a bit spicier, at least for the base missions. If I would stay in a longer mission, like level cap, I'd rather to put the Boreal set, let's put it like this. Because for 99.9% of the game, you don't do level caps. So little people do it. So I would just say, if you wanna be safe, put that Boreal set, another 60% damage will definitely not make you weaker. So just keep that in mind, and look at this, look, watch them die. I won't even swap aura, it's not needed on that level, not at all. Can't even bother myself actually. As you can clearly see, we have the constant extension on our aura mod, so, I mean aura mod, aura ability. So, we just keep on pumping. Let's try to have a look, the radial attack. Oh, no, can't like this. Look. So, for anyone wondering if it's really working with the prime fulmination, yeah, the range pretty nutty. Oh, look at that. Let me try to find them, how much stuck they are. Look, boom, boom there. Here they are quite stacked. Like, the kills are quite fast. If you wanna be tankier, by the way, you can just swap to your aura recovery instead of the damage, because, yeah, I don't know if you see if we need that damage or not. Up to you to decide. But with that aura, yeah, as long as you're on the move and killing everything that can damage you, it's gonna be fine. But I rather to be spicy with the damage actually, so our like the fact that our eyes just look doing their work on the strip. Everything just gets automatically stripped. 269. I mean, the range is pretty nuts. Remember, like, this has the chance to do the judgment, so you can alternate fire, but it's actually so hard for anything to survive for me to show you. Here we go. At least I got one. Can I get one more so I can see damage? Stop flopping. I don't know if I saw the damage, but I tried to do it. Whoever wants to see the damage, you can pause. But yeah, stop fucking around, because energy's running out. Gotta get some pickups. Gotta do the kills for it. What the fuck, where are the pickups at? I don't wanna go out now, when the acolyte comes. No way, man. I actually will. Ah, I will just swap back to it, kill him real quick and get my efficiency back. Is he trolling me with this shit? Time to get my efficiency back. I'd rather do that with the shield up. Oh, did they fucking die? Oh, I forgot my Noctua will be quite the pumper actually, because I have the crit. Wait, that immunes me. I didn't even notice it before. That's how broken she is. But if that immunes me... Yeah, that changes a lot actually. Quite funny thing, you know? Now I need some energy. I buffed the big Nourish. Perfect. Like, how unlucky I was on that fucking energy drops actually. But if that aura immunes you... I had no idea... Like, I never checked it before because I was always so fine. But... why would it immune you? It's so broken then, because it will give you energy back if you use Brief Respite, for example, or Augur. At least one Augur mod and you're gonna be fine, because it will instantly ramp up your energy, your shield regen. It will convert your energy for just pressing the aura in first place, to have the energy, the shields. for the aura to regen them. I would only love to get some more ability duration, but never mind, that is the only like real option, and that will fuck up our range, and I'm really enjoying the range on it. If anything, I would only put some more ability strength for the auger reach, but I just love it like this, especially in the close corners. Like I would just kill everything in those like passages, or however to call it. Wait, then up. It's so hard to get the judgment to see the damage. But I was fucking around with it, and that's why I dropped energy. I mean, swear it's not worth it. Just look, 146, and you can just spam it like this. Do you think it's really worth using the fucking alternate fire? Look at that. I don't know, so many people that just cannot live without that alternate fire, but it's just so inferior in my opinion. Like, you have so much fire rate for free with the Furax, even without the Furax if you want to go for Boreal, that I swear you don't need it. It won't apply all these statuses and shit in the, like... No way. No way it can be, like, on the same level. Let's get our shields back faster, because I wanna get my bigger Nourish, better orbs, and back to the damage. Actually, I wonder if the damage benefits you more or the ability strength. But probably the damage is to 19. I mean, such a lovely build. But let me not extend the video for no reason. That's all from me anyway, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, see ya in the next one.